Hey everyone, this is Giselle from Resell, and thanks for tuning in into my small channel. I'm so appreciative that I started this channel just in the hopes that you wanted to listen to what I had to say about reselling. So I'm really excited. I was about to, actually I did work on a, what do you call those? When you come to work with me, a day in the life of a part-time reseller, full-time registered nurse. And yeah, it's been over a week now, so it's not a day in the life anymore. So again, I'm still struggling with making YouTube videos. I just want to try to get out as much content as I can with not as much editing, because I still struggle with that, and that's just real life for me. So right now the priority is definitely, of course, my job, my real job. And then I shouldn't say it like that, like real job, like my priority is actually my career when it comes to, you know, supporting the family. And that's what brings in, you know, or helps, my husband works too, helps, you know, support our family. And my part-time job is my resell business, which helps support our extracurriculars. So, and also too, I also do it for fun. So just so I can get this video out there, and you know, I kind of want to, you know, give you guys a look into who I am and how I started reselling, and why do I resell. So in the other video, I was actually explaining how I started reselling, and maybe I will insert that clip here. That's why, so I don't have to repeat it. And if I don't, it's because I just basically said, screw it, you know, I'm just going to talk about it here. I worked like a tradition. I used to be in nurse leader. I used to be a nurse leader, and so I worked clinically in a hospital. So we wore scrubs, and I had a ton of scrubs. Like, you know, if you're a nurse as long as I have been, you have scrubs because, you know, that was your only outfit. So I worked 5 days a week because I was in leadership. So I had lots of scrubs. I had many outfits. So when that job finally changed, I got a job where I was actually working, or I actually worked. I got a job, what it is now, working as a clinical coordinator, as a registered nurse in the specialty that I am, for a large health system. And we didn't work in the hospital because the hospital has limited office space. And so basically we lived, basically when we moved out of the hospital into a setting, an office setting, you didn't need to wear scrubs anymore. So that was exciting. It was like, oh my gosh, I get to wear real clothes at a job. As long as I mean, that was already exciting for me, because I've been a nurse for 20 plus years, and when I graduated from nursing school, obviously I was a nurse. I became a nurse, and I worked in the hospital. That's just how it was. So I got that job, and I was so excited that I bought new clothes. I got new clothes. It was so fun, you know, and I just had so much, you know, so many scrubs, you know, so I wanted to like offset the cost of all my new clothes from my scrubs. So what did I do? I sold them. And my first experience on any reselling platform was Poshmark, and so that's how it started. And when I sold a couple, and I think I priced my sets, I did sets, I just figured it'd sell better. And I already had this reselling mind, like it would sell better if I sold it as a set. So, because it's an outfit, that's how I wore it. And they would sell, they were flying out the door. I sold them for like $25, you know, a set. And they would be brand names like Koi, Grey's Anatomy, and they still sold. And now, mind you, this is before the figs era came out. And, you know, I didn't have any figs, thank God, because they're expensive. Koi alone, I would spend literally a $75 outfit on one. And so you can see why I wanted to resell my scrubs. So I did. And I actually end up with, I kept one for nostalgia. Because I was like, you never know when you're gonna go back to the hospital. But that hasn't happened, and it's been 2.5 years since I started, like 3 years almost for starting that job. And yeah, so it's safe to say that I am probably not gonna wear scrubs again. So with that being said, like I said, I offsetted the cost of all my brand new work clothes, and I bought office clothes. I was buying stuff from Banana Republic. I loved their pants, and it was amazing. So, so yeah. And then I just kind of was like, well, why don't I do this for all my clothes? and that's how, just how Resell started. Okay, I wanted to change, you can't see my whole head, my whole face. Let me just kind of raise this up a little bit. I got a new tripod, and I'm trying it out right now. And it's one of those handheld ones, and I hated the angle on my face, so I wanted to set this on top of my desk. So I wanted to talk about actually right now, after you just seen how I started reselling, and basically why do I resell. I get that question all the time. It's like, oh my goodness, you know, like I am so interested in your side gig. Like, why do you do it? I mean, obviously you make a really good living as a registered nurse, but why do you still do it? Well, you know that this is my 3rd year of reselling, and I'm addicted to the hustle. I'm addicted to it. I love to shop, and not only do I love to shop, I love to shop on a budget. And then, you know, that satisfaction is, you know, helpful and very short-lived. And then I get stuck with the item, and then it's up to me to, you know, wear it or donate it. And then it became clear that when I was reselling my scrubs, I said, and I was selling all of them, I said to myself, huh, doesn't hurt to try. Now I actually, and I did follow, you know, most resellers' advice to new resellers to actually shop your own closet first without having to put any money on starting a resale business. I mean, you can definitely start this business without any money up front. So you can just use whatever items around your home, your closet, and actually just start your resale business that way. So that's basically what I did with my scrubs, and it proved to me that, okay, this is something, there's something here. So I tried it. It started with me wanting to redo my wardrobe, as you heard, that I wanted to go ahead and and just, you know, get more clothes. So I would sell those clothes that I bought from the thrift store that I wore to work at my new job. And then it just became a thing. And that was going on, I would think, the first 6 months of me reselling. And that was when I was actually doing it for fun. And now it's like, it's become kind of not an obsession of mine, and actually a passion. And now I really look at it as my part-time job, where I'm actually applying numbers. I'm actually, you know, figuring out what my average sale price is, figuring out my numbers each month, and then, you know, calculating how I did for the year. So I did that for last year, for 2021. And that year I made a profit of about $14,475. And actually my very first year, from 1999, we'll say, until the end of 2000, during that pandemic time, I would say that I made close to, I don't know the exact numbers, and it's kind of off because my bookkeeping was not the best because it was just for fun, and I knew that I should keep some sort of bookkeeping just to see what the outcome was for me, because that too was something I was addicted to, the outcome of my actions, and just, you know, just seeing how it turned out. So I did keep some numbers, but I want to say that I actually made maybe $10,000 of profit. So that actually was like, okay, there is definitely something here. So this year I'm kind of looking into I don't know exactly how much I want to make this year, but of course I want to make more. But I just want to set, you know, realistic goals so I don't get discouraged, because obviously this is not something I have to do, but it's just something that I want to do. And it's a big feeling and a different feeling when it's something that you want to do. So yeah, I like the outcome. I like starting something and then actually seeing how it grows. So I really took this business from an infant into what I think is a toddler right now, obviously 3 years old. And just watching it grow, I think that's a big high for me. And I'm a pretty good goal-oriented person. I did that throughout my nursing career, but now it's like I'm in a stage in my life that I'm, in a sense, you know, achieve what I want to and where I want to be in nursing. Now it's like, oh, I want to do something else. And it's definitely, you know, this part of my life right now where reselling. So it's fun. I really love it. And then, so yeah, I just, that's why I do it. It's really the hustle. It's really the high that I get from doing it. And I love buying something for $6 and doing what I need to do, like photograph it, list it, research it, do the comps on it, and seeing what is the outcome from those actions and how much I can actually make on that item. So I would, you know, turning $6 into $50 is definitely a huge high for me. So I love doing stuff like that. And it's just a high. I love it. I mean, I am just like ecstatic. I would say there's been 2 times that I have just been like, I can't believe this item just brought me over $100, and I literally paid $2 for it. And that doesn't happen all the time. I don't want you to think that, you know, that happens to me all the time, because if that happened to me all the time, then I probably would consider quitting nursing and just actually doing something that I want to do. So I've been a nurse, you know, backstory. I've been a nurse, and you probably have heard this in my other clip, and if you didn't, I've been a nurse for like over 20 years. I graduated in 1999, so that's about 23 years. And I'm a damn good nurse, and I've just actually, I mean, I really made nursing my own. And I think that I also apply that to this business too, where I'm trying to make it my own. And I find myself growing. That first year, the second year, I totally grew. And like this year, I feel like I'm more honed with reselling. So I'm really, you know, I totally take reselling, you know, with a grain of salt. I don't expect much, and I know my situation compared to other resellers, like that's their business, that's their lifeline, that's, you know, how they bring, you know, food on the table and clothes on their children's back. For me, I don't have that pressure, and I don't pretend that I do, and I don't try to, you know, everyone's different. So, you know, I don't have a lot of pressures, and I admit that up front with reselling. So it's just nice to actually have something that I call my own. So I've been married for, well, we've been together for like 23 years, I believe. And we've been married, how old, let's see, 15, math is my 17 years this year. So, you know, I mean, you know, when you kind of lose like a little bit identity there sometimes, you know, and then having to build something that's exclusively mine, you know, and then sharing it with my family it's big for me. just because, you know, I built it and you know, my family's experienced it with me because I have clothes all over. This is my office though, but I have clothes all over my office, and I also have a rack in our living room where I process and photograph the items, and they're pretty supportive. At the same time, you know, they may not understand why I still do it. I do get stressed at times when it comes to be shipping time because I just want everything to be perfect, and that's just the nature of who I am. And you know, that's just me, because I just want everything to be perfect, especially when I am working with patients. I just want to make sure that everything and everyone is perfect, especially when I leave their side, and they have to carry on with that plan of care that I just educated them on. So it's kind of like the same attitude, like I just really want everything to be perfect, and that's what stresses me out about Resell. It's just I want it to be perfect, and that's something that I've been slowly letting go of, because in my personal life I'm not trying to have the perfect house, I'm not trying to have the perfect clean house, because that's never happening anymore due to, for one, I have a 7-year-old, and my other daughter who's 21 just never, you know, never mastered the art of cleanliness. Real life. So yeah, that's why I love to resell. So I'm still struggling with editing with YouTube, so I'm just kind of like, you know, learning as I go, and I will watch that YouTube, I will watch this YouTube grow, this channel grow, and I'm hoping it'll grow positively. And I just want to see the outcome of it. So like I said, I am a real goal-oriented person, and especially if I really want to do something, and especially when someone tells me I can't do it. So I just want to prove that I can, and mainly to myself. So, you know, I hope you enjoy this video. It's definitely coming from the heart. You get to have a peek inside of my personal life, and you know what I do for a living, and what I enjoy. So I really appreciate you tuning in. If you reach the end of this video, I totally am humbled by your presence and you clicking onto my my channel. So I hope to do, you know, more videos from the heart. I think it's one is easier on these editing hands that have no idea what she's doing. And I think it's real. I think it's raw. I think it's like things that sometimes we try to, we forget to think about sometimes. So, you know, not only does it apply to reselling, but in life in general and other jobs that you may do. So, you know, just keep strong, you know, pray, just smile, think positively, and another day comes. So thank you for watching. Don't forget to subscribe, and if you really like my content, I totally appreciate that. I get giddy over it. Don't be, what is it? Hit the like button and put the notification bell on, and thank you so much for being here. Be blessed, and what's my motto? Recycle, recirculate, and resell. Bye.